Right, so we got ourselves another monument sign coming up here. So let's talk about this desert chapel here. Fairly large, almost 10 feet, 8 feet tall, kind of a big box. It's got 2 color EMCs, got some Watchfire cabinets in there. It's got some flat cutouts up top. So we'll go over it here real quick. Let's start with the lay of the land. So we'll have an inner frame. Got some face frames. We got the main face skins, side skins. One of the side skins is broken up in 2 chunks. So look at that. Then you got your top hat. You got your various jigs. As you know, when we do these removable face things, they're a little funky. So you're gonna have 4 sets of these and then 2 sets of these. A whole bunch of 1/4 inch. This will be for the base. We'll be going over that. How low can you go? And you got your Watchfire mounts. There's a 1/4 inch here. And we've got our 1/4 inch flat cutouts. So guess what? This is another removable face cabinet. So you're just going to be getting done. This is off the back of Eisenhower removable face cabinet. And of course, all of our Cathedral City, Al Caliente, all that stuff. So yet again, here we go. So you've got your eye in pretty good with this stuff. This one's going to be more like the conventional ones we've done where you're going to have the tabs on the side. This is going to be more agua caliente fuel and not so much the desert. The other one, Eisenhower's kind of trick with this little slidey things and stuff. So anyway, this is going to be much more agua caliente fuel. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time. I'm just going to go over what's different. Well, what's the same is you got your riv nuts. So you're going to have riv nuts on the face that you're going to do the 5/16. For install purposes, there aren't any riv nuts below this line. So this particular sign is going to go up against an existing stub wall. So the wall is 18 inches wide and it's yay high based on the measurements I took. So we're going to try to tuck this up as much as we dare. So because once this is up against the wall, this whole area here won't have access unless we take the entire sign off. But we don't want to trap, you're not going to have any access to these here. So don't look for any, it's not that I forgot them or anything. There just isn't any hardware at the bottom. So we'll just be relying on from here up is where all your hardware is for holding it together. Plus, like I said, the lid and stuff will keep everything, the side skins will keep everything together. So that's all there really is there. I went ahead and standardized all of these supports for the face. So that way all the holes match, 1, 2, 3, 4 position. I had like 1, 2, 3, 4 position, but that way the E and stuff, when you mirror it, it's all the same. So don't worry about that. Got your back on that. But yeah, you're just going to build the 4-inch face just like we've been doing. And then you're going to have skin top and bottom. That'll complete it. And then you'll have holes for your studs through or screws from the back, however you choose to do that. And then your letters will be attached there. So that's the face frames. But again, you've already done these so much now. I think you're getting your eye in pretty good. Just keep an eye out for your numbers. I have them kind of listed, like here's your Ks, and just look at which way they face. You got your flange this way, you got flange that way. You got B for so BTM is the bottom. I got the bottom as in the bottom frame thing, and then I've got the top frame thing. And then I just named this one N and this one's P here. So I have them all listed and just use this as your legend basically for the face. So nothing too crazy. I think the Eisenhower is actually more picky than this. So this will be like easy lifting compared to that. So face frame, I think you got it. For install, again, when you go to put the main frame in where you put the footing, just try to tuck in as close as you dare. But unless you take this over all in one piece, you will be having to put the side panel on. I have the side skin panel wide enough to where you can access. So yellow is your existing wall. You will be able to access the screws just in case you need to slide it out. So I have it here about a 1/2 inch. But anyways, as close as you dare to make it look like it's cool. But you might need to get in because you can see where that panel, will be right there. That's the seam. So just in case you ever do need to take this face off, you will need to get to the screws, slide this out of the way, and then you can take this frame out in order to get into and remove the screens. Again, the whole reason why we're doing this, instead of just, if this didn't have the screens in it, then we wouldn't be doing the removable face nonsense. It's just that you have to be able to get back here and mount the Watchfire and run all the electrical and get that all taken care of. And then, so that's why we're doing it this way. So it's all because of the Watchfires. So let's talk about the Mainframe then. So I think that explains all that. Like I say, install, watch, try to get it as close as you can. Base your measurements off of your pylons here to tuck that in as close as possible. If Jonathan's watching this, hit me up. So for your Mainframe, this is going to be much similar. This is going back to like Agua Caliente. So because we're going to have the weight of the screens, we got 2 of them. I went ahead and made the base beefy. So it's going to be like the Agua Calientes. So you're going to have a nice big chunk of 1/4 inch with all the gussets, and then you're going to be building the 09 and then sliding it down and lordsing it. I've got 193s for registration, and you're just going to go and put that 09 frame all on there, and then you'll have the 2x going up for lifting support like we do. You'll have your 1/4 inch plate, jiggies here. Now, the only thing I'm going to point out here, so you see that's all, that's all like how we do. You'll slide in your pieces of 1/4 right there and get those. I went ahead and oversized the face frame and gave you a little more. I kind of learned from our Agua Caliente fuel before. It was a little tough to get on. So I tried to give you a little more space here. But if not, you can just grind those down a little bit, make it fit on there nice and easy for yourself. So where the screen goes, you know how it is with the Watchfire cabinets. You got that nice track, and you can put the bolts wherever you need to. But that also means that the screen can kind of be wherever it needs to. So to help you line up, so what you'll do is you'll notice in the framing of this main frame, I went ahead and put notches. So you'll have these notches in the frame, and that will help you line up this screen left to right and then top to bottom. Because obviously it's going to be close, but this way you'll kind of be able to see. You'll have a notch in the frame there, and you'll have a notch in the verticals. Now the screen, that's the size they gave me. The screen might be a little bit bigger, so you can kind of split the difference if it isn't exact. But anyway, that'll give you a quick alignment tool. That way you're not, measuring one side and then scooching it and measuring another. This will have a nice visual confirmation. Look for those little notches in the frame. Now, what's really easy is just you got these big jiggies. So you're just going to take the 1/4 inch jiggies. Here they are. And you're just going to weld those in spot, and they're going to hold the frame in as well. And then those are going to translate over to the 2x. So that way it'll support these big, because these are going to be fairly big and they got some weight. So in order to transfer that weight, you can see where the 1/4 inch jigs are going to go, and then they'll transfer across these bars, and you can see them there. So they'll dog bone together. I gave you a little circle for a plug weld. Plus you can be able to burn real good right there. And that's going to connect where you can see here. I'm going to go ahead and I'll make that. Let's see. We'll pick this color. There you go. So there's your screen. You'll see where the screen's going to poke out of the face a little bit. But anyway, that's where the screen's going to mount. You'll have your 1/2 inch hardware hole, so that way you can access it and bolt these on. But you can see where that transfers that to the 2x. That brings it on down. And then the same thing on the bottom. You'll be transferring this all over, get this welded up to the 2x. And then that way this works its way down to our big boy plate. And then all that gets welded up. I got nice big gussets down there too. That's all down. Where are you at? Down here. So you'll see you got some dog bones in, and this will give a nice gusset for that 2x. So they give you a lot to burn, burn baby burn, get that nice and sexy. And then that also will be your lift point, work that up. So you'll basically be, if install decides to put the screens on at the shop, and then you can lift, the whole thing, but you'll be lifting the screens as well with this crossbar. If not, and again, I encourage install to be choking near here, not too much just in the middle, but whatever you choose. But if you choose to lift the whole thing, then that's fine, but just realize it's going to have some weight. So I could see maybe just taking the center core with the TVs on there, and that would be good. And then you can install these in the field as well, the faces. So if you have to, you can do the whole thing in the field. It's not that difficult either. If that's the case, and if Fab doesn't go to help out, Jonathan, if you're watching, that's what those notches are for, right? So anyway, again, hit me up if any questions, anything like that. But you got You got your 4 bolts across the top, and you got your 4 bolts across the bottom. And then again, because things have to be custom, I went ahead, instead of just making a nice track all the way across, I went ahead and broke this out and made it step down, because that way you have full universal. This is where all your data and power is. So for install, it should be easy for you to track that across, bring it over. But I went ahead and made sure this was completely clear for you. So, I moved this over and I moved this down just for that reason. So both of these will mirror, and you can get your data figured out. It'll be up to you to figure out where the temperature probe goes. If they want it, you can just screw to the outside, the little beehive thing, that's on you. So, but again, what you've already done, you've got this down now. You got your riv nuts and your bolts, all that. So I think that's it for that. Again, beware, just letting install know. I'm going to send this PDF to Jonathan. You got 54 on center and 49 here with the 24 with your usual 6. So that should look very familiar. But again, working backwards from your 54, you should be, what do you got, 27? Right. So 27 from center here will be that guy. And then you can work over and try to work backwards from that wall as much as you dare. Now, I talked to Johnny too. Is like, when we take the old sign off, this wall might be kind of funky, but it's designed to be flush and everything. So you might end up having to clean this up too and get that wall ready to be a nice fit. But it doesn't need to touch. So we're just work backwards from the center of the sign over. So again, when it comes time for that, hit me up. We can work it out. So I think that's it for that. But again, I think you guys should recognize all this stuff by now. You got the screens. Here's your chop here, and I'll get that to you. You got your base. It has the little guys all around the outside. And like the Cathedral City one, this nests inside this pocket, right? So you do that thing. Do not weld on the inside of the pocket, right? You just weld on the outside. Remember, the side view of that is here. Yeah, that's close enough. Anyway, so you have the little nuggets here on the side, but remember, in here is where the pocket is. So don't weld inside here where the post is, but you can weld all in here. That's fine. So I think that's that. We're getting pretty good at these removable face things. So it's a little longer trip, but makes it easier in the end. So, all right, well, that's it. Hit me up if you have any questions.
Check the